I joined a family for Bible study recently, and we were reading Proverbs 22. One of the verses says that the wise see danger ahead and avoid it, while fools keep going and suffer the consequences. The children already understood what a fool was because they had talked about wisdom and foolishness before. Then, out of nowhere, one of the 8-year-olds said, "What if I choose to be a foodie instead of a fool?" And as someone who works with children and teenagers, I was curious to know what it meant, and I could tell his mom was curious too. But instead of his mom, reacting, she chose to understand, and she didn't ask or say, "What kind of nonsense is that? Weren't you listening to me? Haven't I told you this before?" She simply asked a question, and it was, "Why did you say that? What do you mean by foodie? Do you know who a foodie is?" And that one question changed everything because it led to a series of conversations and discussion. But little boy just smiled and said, "Because it rhymed in my mind, foodie fool." And we all laughed. But I left with a lesson that day that sometimes parents correct meanings their children never intended. What children say often makes perfect sense in their minds, even when it doesn't make sense to you. So if you react before you understand, you may end up judging and correcting the wrong thing. That is why I believe that curiosity is one of the most powerful parenting skills. And before you correct, ask questions. What made you say that? What were you thinking? How can you understand? Questions like this give you a window into your child's words. And sometimes what sounds like disobedience, foolishness, stubbornness is simply an 8-year-old mind making connection in the only way he or she knows. So the next time your child says something that makes you wonder, where did that come from? Pause, ask, listen to them, because you can't guide your child's thinking until you first understand how they are thinking.